Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Today our lecture is about the parenteral route of drug administration. Parenteral route means that the drug administration away from the gastrointestinal tract. Para means away and enterons means the gut. So actually the parenteral route of drug administration means the administration of drug into the body by injections. So there are different types of routes of parenteral drug administration available, such as intravenous, intramuscular, subcutaneous, and intradermal, etc. So this is intramuscular, this is subcutaneous, this is intravenous, this is intradermal. Uh, so intravenous injection. The drug is directly entered by injection into the circulation and bypasses the absorption barrier and also the first pass hepatic drug metabolism, which we have discussed yesterday. The intravenous injection is used when there is a rapid effect of the drug required. For example, furosemide injection, which is a diuretic. It is used for pulmonary edema and also for hypertension. Number two, for the continuous administration of infusion and the administration by steady intravenous infusion. A steady intravenous infusion, this means the rate of the infusion or drip is keep constant. The number of drops per minute may remains constant for a period of time to avoid the uncertainty of absorption from the other sites and also avoiding the high peak plasma concentration which can be caused by bolus injection. The bolus injection means that if the injection is administered into a vein directly, statically, that is within seconds or within minutes. This is called bolus injection. So the intravenous administration avoids the high plasma concentration level as compared to the bolus injection. It is also used for large volumes of the drugs, large volume of the drugs, and for those drugs which cause local tissue damage. For example, there are certain anti-cancer drugs or cytotoxic drugs which are administered by the intravenous infusion as compared to the other routes. What is the advantage of the intravenous route? It is mostly useful route in emergencies situation as the drug is immediately available for action. It provides predictable blood concentration with 100% bioavailability. Bioavailability means the amount of the drug which is present into the blood or comes to the blood after the administration. So the administration of the IV drug is 100% as compared to the other routes of drug administration. Thirdly, large volumes of solutions can be given in a certain period of time, and irritants drugs can be given by this route as they get quickly diluted in the blood and also with the help of infusion. The rapid dose adjustments are possible. We can increase or decrease the number of amount of drug dose by adjusting the rate of the infusion. So if we wanted, if unwanted effects are occurring by rapid infusion, we can decrease the rate of infusion. Our infusion can be stopped. If the higher levels are required, the infusion rate can be increased, especially for short-acting drugs. Uh, what are the main disadvantages of the intravenous route? Once we inject the drug into a vein, the drug cannot be withdrawn. Irritation of the veins may cause thrombophlebitis. Thrombophlebitis is the inflammation of the vein, which is caused by the irritation of the vein or tissues by the intravenous drugs. Extravasation of some drugs may cause severe irritation and sludging. Only aqueous solution can be given intravenously but not suspensions. The oily solutions and depot preparations cannot be given by the uh, intravenous infusion, and self-medication is difficult. Number two, intramuscular route. The aqueous solution of the drug is injected into one of the large skeletal muscles such as deltoid muscle, which is present on the upper arm and triceps and gluteus and rectus femoris muscles. These muscles are vascular and the absorption is rapid and quite uniform. Drugs are absorbed faster from the deltoid region than the gluteal region, especially in women. The volume of injection should not exceed 10 milliliter by intramuscular route. For infants, rectus femoris muscle is used instead of the gluteus because it is not well developed till the child starts walking. If the drug is injected as an oily solution, the absorption of the drug from the intramuscular route is slow and steady. If the drug is oily, not watery solution or soluble preparation. The soluble substances are mild irritants, drugs, and the depot preparations are suspensions and colloids can be injected by this route. Depot preparations means those drugs which once injected into a muscle are there for a long time. They are deposited into the muscle tissue or muscular tissue and they show their effects for a long time. Such drugs are called depot preparations. They can also be given by subcutaneous injections. Drug in aqueous solution are usually absorbed fairly rapidly, but the absorption can be slowed by giving the drug in a form of an ester, for example, antipsychotic depot preparations. Now, what are the advantages of intramuscular route? The main advantage of the intramuscular route is there is rapid absorption as compared to the oral route, but not too much as compared to the intravenous route. It is an advantage of the intramuscular route as compared to the non-parenteral route, but not as compared to the intravenous route. The disadvantage of the intramuscular route is the injection may be painful and even result in an abscess. Abscess means when there is a boil formation due to the aseptic technique or due to the wrong administration into a muscle. The nerve injury should be avoided from intramuscular injection. Irritant solutions can damage the nerve if injected, and local infection and tissue necrosis are possible. Number third, subcutaneous route or SC route. This means the drug is injected into the subcutaneous tissue of the thigh, abdomen, and arm. Example given adrenaline, insulin, etc. Advantages the self administration is possible. For example, in the for example in the diabetic patients, they inject insulin. The depot preparations can be inserted into the subcutaneous tissue. And disadvantage, it is suitable only for non-irritant drugs. The drug absorption is slow, hence it is not suitable for emergency. After this, we have intradermal route. The intradermal route, the drug is given into the capillary rich layer of the skin just below the epidermis. This route is adopted for local anesthesia and some diagnostic test preparations and immunization. The advantage is absorption of the drug is slow because this advantage is helpful in testing allergies because some allergens may show its effects of the allergy not immediately but after 2 or 3 days, after 1 hour, after 2 hours. So the absorption is slow. This is an advantage in testing the drug allergies. What is the main disadvantage? The amount of the drug must be small we cannot inject too much large amount of the drug into intradermal route. After that, we have intrathecal route. Intrathecal means the injection of a drug into a subarachnoid space via a lumbar puncture needle, which is used for some specialized purposes. The drugs which are injected by intrathecal route includes the spinal anesthetics agents, example given bupivacaine, and some antibiotics, example amphotericin B, uh, which is a broad spectrum antibiotic and used for certain resistant cases of bacterial infections. And baclofen, it is a drug which is muscle relaxant and it is used to treat muscle spasm, the severe type of muscle spasm which can cause disability. After that, we have the main disadvantage of the intrathecal route is that it is only uh, administered, the drugs are only administered intrathecally by the specialized persons. It cannot be injected by a layman or non-medical professional. After that, we have intra-articular route. Intra-articular route means the drug is injected directly into the joint space. Example given, hydrocortisone injection. It is a steroidal injection for the rheumatoid arthritis, pain, and inflammation into a joint. The strict aseptic precaution should be taken while injecting the drug intra-articularly. The repeated administration may cause damage the articular cartilage. It's okay for today.